Horseshoe crabs are marine and brackish water arthropods of the family Limulidea and the only living members of the order Xiphosaura. Despite their name, they are not true crabs or crustaceans. They are chelicerates, most closely related to arachnids such as spiders, ticks, and scorpions. Horseshoe crabs live primarily in and around shallow coastal waters on soft, sandy or muddy bottoms. They are generally found in the intertidal zone at spring high tides. They are eaten in some parts of Asia, and used as fishing bait, in fertilizer, and in science, especially Limulus amebicite lysate. In recent years, population declines have occurred as a consequence of coastal habitat destruction and overharvesting. Tetrodotoxin may be present in one horseshoe crab species, Carcinoscorpius rotundicauda. The fossil record of Xiphosaura goes back over 440 million years to the Ordovician period, with the oldest representatives of the modern family Limulidea dating to approximately 250 million years ago during the early Triassic. As such, the extant forms have been described as living fossils. What is special about a horseshoe crab? They have 6 pairs of legs but only 5 are for walking. They eat worms, algae, clams, and other small prey that they root out in the sediment on the ocean floor. Horseshoe crabs have no jaws, so they crush their meals between their legs before eating. Horseshoe crabs predate the dinosaurs. Just how old are horseshoe crabs? Scientists have discovered fossils of their ancient ancestors that lived 445 million years ago. Dinosaurs first appeared about 200 million years later, during the Mesozoic era. Horseshoe crabs went on to survive the extinction event that wiped dinosaurs from the planet 66 million years ago. 4 species survive today, 1 found in the Atlantic coastal waters of North America and the Gulf of Mexico and 3 found in Asia's coastal waters. Horseshoe crabs have not evolved much in the past 200 million years, which is why they are often called living fossils. They have 6 pairs of legs but only 5 are for walking. Horseshoe crabs walk on 10 legs and use their last pair, called the chelicera, to move food into their mouth. Crab can lay about 4,000 eggs. Atlantic horseshoe crabs are found from Florida to northern Maine and in the Yucatan Peninsula. The largest populations live in the Delaware Bay. From May to early June, they swarm the beaches to breed and lay eggs. They arrive in huge numbers during high tides that coincide with the full moon or new moon. Females dig nests in the sand and bury a cluster of about 4,000 tiny, blue-green eggs. They can lay about 20 egg clusters each year. Horseshoe crab babies look just like adults but with translucent shells. It takes 2 to 4 weeks for horseshoe crab eggs to hatch. Tiny crabs emerge, smaller than the eraser on a number 2 pencil and with nearly see-through shells. The baby horseshoe crabs find shallow, sheltered waters to live in. They molt several times in their first year, shedding their old shells to reveal new shells underneath. Their shells darken as they age. The crabs continue to molt, but with less frequency, as they grow older. A horseshoe crab's pointed tail is not for self-defense. Horseshoe crabs are easily jostled by ocean currents and waves, and each other. When a crab gets stuck upside down, it uses its tail, called a telson, to flip over. Horseshoe crabs can also use their telson as a rudder to help steer as they swim upside down. Luckily, horseshoe crabs are not powerless against predators, like sea turtles, sharks, and gulls. Their tough shells are good shields. They glow under UV light. Like scorpions, horseshoe crabs exhibit fluorescence under ultraviolet light, or black light. Scientists don't know why horseshoe crabs fluoresce, but younger crabs with lighter shells glow brighter than adults. Horseshoe crab blood is blue. Human blood is red because our hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that transports oxygen around the body, contains iron. Horseshoe crabs have a different oxygen-carrying protein, called hemocyanin. Hemocyanin has copper rather than iron, which gives horseshoe crab blood its bright blue color. You may be alive today thanks to a horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crab blood contains a unique enzyme called Limulus amebicite lysate, or LAL. It causes the blood to coagulate when exposed to bacterial endotoxins, which can be deadly. Biomedical companies use LAL to test medicines, vaccines, implants, and more for endotoxins. It's how they ensure medical equipment is safe for people. Unfortunately, many horseshoe crabs die in the process of collecting their blood. Scientists are exploring synthetic alternatives to LAL. Finding a replacement will help ensure a future for horseshoe crabs and shorebirds. What is the value of horseshoe crab blood? Horseshoe crab's blue blood is so valuable that a quart of it can be sold for $15,000. This is because it contains a molecule that is crucial to the medical research community. What is whale ambergris used for? Ambergris has been used for more than just perfume, however. Early Arab civilizations named it anbar and used it as incense, an aphrodisiac and medicine to cure many ailments, including those of the brain, heart and senses. Is ambergris putting whales at risk? When whaling was widespread, sperm whales were hunted for ambergris and other valuable products, such as oil. Sabin says, whales are now protected worldwide, but could still be at risk in the future. There are ongoing pressures from some countries to reintroduce whaling as a mechanism for population management and control. Laws regulating the collection and sale of ambergris vary around the world. In some countries ambergris and all other whale-derived products are prohibited, but elsewhere it is either legal or a gray area. In the UK and Europe, all living species of whales, dolphins and porpoises are protected by law. However, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES, considers ambergris a waste product of sperm whales that occurs naturally, making it legal to collect it from the beach or sea. Sabin states, synthetic alternatives to ambergris do exist and the use of these should be encouraged. This would prevent whales being viewed in any way as a resource that humans can exploit. Scorpions are predatory arachnids of the order Scorpions. They have 8 legs, and are easily recognized by a pair of grasping pincers and a narrow, segmented tail, often carried in a characteristic forward curve over the back and always ending with a stinger. The evolutionary history of scorpions goes back 435 million years. They mainly live in deserts but have adapted to a wide range of environmental conditions, and can be found on all continents except Antarctica. There are over 2,500 described species, with 22 extant, living, families recognized to date. Their taxonomy is being revised to account for 21st-century genomic studies. Scorpions primarily prey on insects and other invertebrates, but some species hunt vertebrates. They use their pincers to restrain and kill prey, or to prevent their own predation. The venomous sting is used for offense and defense. During courtship, the male and female grasp each other's pincers and dance while he tries to move her onto his sperm packet. All known species give live birth and the female cares for the young as their exoskeletons harden, transporting them on her back. The exoskeleton contains fluorescent chemicals and glows under ultraviolet light. Can you survive scorpion venom? Scorpion stings are painful but rarely life-threatening. Young children and older adults are most at risk of serious complications. In the United States, the bark scorpion, found mainly in the desert southwest, is the only scorpion species with venom potent enough to cause severe symptoms. What is scorpion venom used for? In the lab, scientists are finding out that venomous proteins can be used in medicine. Researchers have had success, for example, in using scorpion venom to treat brain tumors in humans. Instead of causing harm to healthy nerve and muscle cells, venom such as chlorotoxin can be used to block signals from cancer cells. How harmful is scorpion venom? Inducing a massive release of neurotransmitters, scorpion venom neurotoxins usually cause sweating, nausea, vomiting, hypersalivation, restlessness, and, in more severe cases, arrhythmia, unconsciousness, and heart failure, which may lead to death.